bus. Got 45 minutes till they drop the puck. I make it home, log on my PC, open YouTube, TSI for me. Toronto Sports Insider got me cheering for the Leafs. When my lady wants attention, she doesn't give me grief. She gets a little wilder. With Toronto Sports, she gets a little wilder. With Toronto Sports, the game is on. Our team is up one. Chat is going strong. The party's begun. Beers going round. Fans singing songs. Quietly waiting for something to go wrong. Toronto Sports Insider got me cheering for the Leafs. When my lady wants attention, she doesn't give me grief. She gets a little wilder. Gets a little wilder. With Toronto Sports, she gets a little wilder. With Toronto Sports Insider. The Leafs, the Jays, the Raptors too. The Argonauts, Toronto FC. Ooh. Multiple streams on TSI. That's why I'm the TSI guy. Toronto Sports Insider got me cheering for the Leafs. When my lady wants attention, she doesn't give me grief. She gets a little wilder. Toronto Sports Insider got me cheering for the Leafs. When my lady wants attention, she doesn't give me grief. She just gets a little wild. With Toronto Sports Insider. Left side, right side, little Willy wears you down, shifts and spins you around. Skating and racing, Willie drives him silly with his boot skate, shimmy, shuffle round. Over the blue line, he deeks to the right, with little Willie skating, the shot is out of sight. Hey down, skate round, backhand now, 'cause little Willie will score goals. You can't push Willie round, Willie won't go. The fans start yelling, go Leafs, go. Little Willie will score. Up ice, down ice, little Willie drives him wild with his runaround style. Inside, outside, Willie sends him silly with his boot skate, shimmy, shuffle, smile. The defenseman takes Willie down for the puck, but laugh, Willie, laugh, they're both out of luck. Hey down, skate round, rich shot now, 'cause little Willie will score goals. You can't push Willie round, Willie won't go. The fans start yelling, go Leafs, go. Little Willie will score. Little Willie will score. Little Willie will, Willie will, Willie will. Little Willie will, Willie will, Willie will. Little Willie will, Willie will, Willie will. Little Willie will. 'Cause little Willie will score goals. You can't push Willie round, Willie won't go. The fans start yelling, go Leafs, go. Little Willie will score. 'Cause little Willie will score goals. You can't push Willie round, Willie won't go. The fans start yelling, go Leafs, go. Willie will score. Little Willie will Well, the game's gone into intermission. Our team's grinding out the.
What's up, soccer fans? How we doing this afternoon? the United States and Australia live on Sons of a Pitch, Soccer Central. It is so good to be back here on SOP. We're doing SOP only this afternoon. Great to see Terry McDad in the chat. What's up, Terry? Says, come on, Australia. Dude, the game's already begun. I can't believe it started already. I was looking at it. I'm trying to work over here, too. You know what I'm saying? It's tough here. We've been running a garage sale, been working, getting all these crazy things. But here we go. I think today is going to be a great game between these two squads. Seattle always brings it in the crowd sense, whether it's the Sounders, whether it's the United States men's national team, they bring the heat. So it should be a good one. Australia all in the yellow. They surprised with a victory over Turkey in the first game of the group. Group D, as in dog. Group D action, United States against Australia. United States with a 4-1 beatdown in the first game of the tournament against Paraguay, lifting the hopes of the host nation. So here we go. We're underway. Chris Richards with the ball right now for the U.S. along his back line, shifts it over to Tim Ream. Ream ahead. Here's Anthony Robertson, number 5, making a run down the left side, sends a cross in. It goes off of the Australian defender and then back off of Anthony Robinson for a goal kick. Pulisic on the bench. He's an injury. Unfortunately, he is still on the bench. Ricardo Pepi in his place today. Man, I didn't even put my microphone on, ladies and gentlemen. I am struggling this afternoon. It is, man, we've been crazy with a garage sale over there. Hope it's busy while I'm gone at that garage sale. All right, I've got to shift this box down a little bit, and there you go, Jordan Boss. USA throw. That's better. Now we're more in business. Four minutes in, Australia on the attack. Left winger tries to send the ball into the box, and it goes off of the United States defender and out for a throw-in. Pulisic is unavailable today with the calf. He will not play. That is official. He will not play in today's game. All right, here goes Anthony Robinson working down the left, passes it in, and now sent back to the center back, Chris Richards. Richards over to Dest here on the right side, Serginho Dest. A very strong player for the U.S. men's national team. And now, just the U.S. playing behind the ball, just chilling, hanging out with the ball, not doing much with it, surveying their options, seeing how to break down this 5 at the back from Australia with 4 midfielders all condensed in the defensive third. Long ball over the top, looks for Weston McKennie. McKennie with his first touch, crosses the ball in, headed down, and then cleared by Australia. Back to Anthony Robinson. He sends it back into the middle, and it is out for a goal kick. United States starting on the front foot. They want to get off to a good start here and ignite that crowd in Seattle. A strange day game today. Really didn't think we'd see the U.S. playing at this time, especially on the West Coast, but it is what it is. All right, let's get this thing underway. Make sure you hit that like button down below. Let's get more and more fans here in the chat to hang out with us. We've got 1 like on the stream, 4 watching, and good old SOP. It's been too long since I've done a live stream over here. As a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, we will be live over on Toronto Sports Insider for the Toronto Marlies Game 5 against the Chicago Wolves. If the Wolves get it done, then we will have a Game 6 back here in Chicago. And that might be interesting. All right, so here is the thumbnail for the live over on TSI. tonight. Chicago Wolves and Toronto Marlies. Easton Cowan trying to lead the Marlies to a Calder Cup victory. The Coca-Cola Coliseum right across the street from BMO Field in Toronto. And Australia sends the ball back into their own half. Center back makes a wild run at it to try and get the ball back. He does. And now sends it out into the midfield. Knocked down there by Weston McKennie. Now straight to an Australian player. Australia hits the ball forward, and now it's headed back by the U.S. Ball just bouncing back and forth in the midfield as McKennie goes for a tackle, and looks like he was fouled in the process by the Australian player. Oh no, it's Tyler Adams that's down now for the United States. Florian Balogun up top for the U.S. Balogun is the real deal, is what they say. We'll see how he does this afternoon. And man, Tyler Adams just got whacked. Kicked really hard in the foot. But he should be able to carry on, I would think. All right, the United States with the ball. That is Tyler Adams. Shifts it out to the left for Anthony Robinson. Robinson goes back to Tim Ream. And the United States resets here at the back. Pass up to Serginho Dest. Now, a little bit further. Here goes Weston McKennie. Makes a run down the right side. Cuts back. Goes around one defender. Sends the pass into the middle for Tyler Adams. And now Adams plays it back to the right for Serginho Dest. McKennie makes a run. Give and go with Dest. He takes a shot. Blocked by the center back of Australia. There's my lineups. That's what I need, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, shaka, laka. That's not going to work. There we go. Where'd my chat go? There it is. All right, the chat is flying through. Let's go. Glad to have you hanging here. Terry says Australia best Turkey, a heavily favored team, impressive result. They did, and you know they're going to be trying to do the exact same thing against the United States of America. However, it is going to be a completely different story than Turkey in Vancouver, I think. Just saying. All right, showing the replay of Serginho Dest's give and go, which resulted in a very strong shot there for Serginho Dest. Here come the United States, working the ball forward, the 11th minute. Tim Ream sends a long ball up the wing. And here is the cross in, and it's an own goal. Australia kicks it into the back of the net, and the United States fans finally have something to cheer about. Oh, man, you feel for that guy on that own goal. He was running back, tracking the defender, but unfortunately, it did not work out well for the Australian. Mauricio Pochettino is fired up. And the United States has a 1-0 lead. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. United States up 1-0. Shocking restart to this first game here. Man, United States getting the own goal. Florian Balogun's cross into the middle, kicked up, and he was trying to go over the net. And unfortunately, it went right into the net. And that is a moment that young man will never, ever forget. That's a tough one. That is a tough one right there. 1-0 USA. All right, USA with the ball. Tim Ream playing some defense there as Australia turns it over. Now Australia picks it up and sends it into the box. Here's a shot that did not miss by much. Wow. Leckie with a dangerous shot there. Almost finds the back of the net. But no dice. No dice. For those of you that are watching from TSI, we've got the Blue Jays are getting absolutely crushed by the Cubs right now. Absolutely blown out of the water. It is 7-1. The Blue Jays are finally on the board. And there they're showing the scorer of the own goal, Burgess, the center back for Australia. United States wins the group with a win and a Paraguay win or draw versus Turkey. So Paraguay and Turkey, that should be an interesting game later. And the United States may have some very, very high interest in that matchup as, they might just see themselves into the round of 32 with the number one spot. The number one spot in the group. Be crazy if they could pull that off. All right, so we've got a little bit of tussling in the box here as it looks like we've got a corner coming up for the United States. Chris Richards, Leckie getting into it. Number 24, Okan Engstler as well, getting a talking to from the referee. And there's the ball in to the box. Knocked down. McKennie goes for a shot, and the ref blows the whistle. Says a foul. Nice ball in on the corner. McKennie heads it off of the Australian defender, looking for a possible handball, but I don't think you're going to see that happen. Not on a play like that, just saying. All right, here we go. Here come the United States. Chris Richards at the back. Sends it over to the left side. And now kept in play right along the line. Headed back by Australia. And now they gain possession. Australia passing forward. Gets the ball up to their winger, Veluplay. Adams goes in for the tackle. And he goes down holding his leg. Doesn't look too serious, though, so I think he'll be okay. But Veluplay with a strong shot there on Tyler Adams, who already got whacked pretty hard in the first few minutes of the game. All right, United States back in possession of the ball. The live standings has United States at 6 points with a +4 goal differential. Here comes the United States down the right side. McKennie tries to make a move around the defender, and he is fouled. Yellow card to the Australian defender. Number 5, that is Boss. So Boss into the book. Yellow card, Jordan Boss. He'll have to be careful for the rest of the game. The United States has to be pushing for a second goal here. Got to push for the second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, to the few people hanging out with us, please hit that like button and share this thing out. Let's get more viewers into the chat. Let's go. All right, we got another United States free kick coming up. Anthony Robinson standing over it. And the ball is into the box. It is headed way over the goal, but it's offside. So it will be a goal kick for Australia. Here comes the United States working down the left side, sends a cross right across the goal mouth, and it goes out to the Australian defender. Good pressure there from the United States, knocks the ball out of play, and it'll be an Australian throw as Tillman forces the ball out of play. Here comes the Australian throw-in. They throw it into the middle, and we have a foul on Weston McKennie. Now, the Australian player takes it quickly and trying to get a rise out of the referee, which he does. And the ref says to the Australian player, cut it out, man. So here's the free kick for Australia. A kick ahead by the midfielder. And Engsler tries to keep the ball from going out of play, but it goes out of play and it'll be a U.S. throw. What's up, Connor? Bro, this is rough. It is really rough, Connor. Really rough. The World Cup is a tough market. It is. It really is. Hope you're good, Mike. I'm doing good, Connor. Hope you're doing good, brother. Just got your Discord there, man. So I hear you, my man. I hear you. All right, United States with the ball. Here's Tim Ream. The FIFA World Rankings, the United States comes in at 17, and Australia comes in at 27. That's wild. All right, United States just playing some catch at the back right now. So out of the 5 at the back in the 5-4-1 for Australia, the left back has a yellow card. The center back has an own goal. It's a great start for the United States so far here in Seattle. As we approach the first hydration break of the afternoon. And Matt Freese, the goalie for the United States. And Freese plays the ball out to his left back, Anthony Robinson. Robinson plays the ball up the left side of the pitch, and it's knocked out of play for a United States throw. 21st minute. The crowd pulling hard for the U.S. They're dominating. That they are, Terry. They are absolutely dominating right now, kicking behind. But as you would expect against Australia, right? You would think. Almost a second, Terry. I think we're going to see a lot of goals today. I think the United States is going to build on that big 4-1 win. It did wonders for the psyche of the team. Oh, there's a chance over the top for Balogun, and he just can't get a hold of it as the goalie comes out to play it. Beach makes the grab at the top of the box and then rolls it over to his defender. And there's another turnover. McKennie into the middle. Balogun takes his shot, blocked by Australia. All right, here we go. Australia finally getting some offense. They push the ball down the left side of the pitch and try to get a ball into the middle, and the United States with a big-time clearance all the way back to the Australian goalkeeper. And now Australia making a move. Here comes a try from the right. The ball sent over to Leckie. Leckie plays it back now into the midfield to O'Neill. O'Neill back to his center back, Sutar. Over to Sakati. Sakati back to Sukar. And he tries to make a move around the defender. Sends the ball into the middle. Now pushed out wide for Leckie. Leckie runs down the right sideline. Sends a cross in. Nice dive and clearance by Freeman. Nice play there by Freeman. All right. So they show the replay of that clearance. A great play. But Australia finally on the front foot. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Make sure you hit that like button down below. We got to bring more soccer fans here to the chat at SOP Soccer Central. USA, Australia, live from Seattle. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Terry, good pressure from Seattle. Yes. Big time pressure from Seattle right here. And now a corner. The corner, high ball to the back post, is headed down by Australia and then knocked out for a corner kick. And Burgess trying to atone for his big mistake that gave the United States the 1-0 advantage. All right, corner from the other side now. Australia lining it up, setting their guys up on D is the United States. Headed clear, and we have a foul as well on Australia. And that'll take us to our first hydration break of the afternoon. Time to take a second. BRB, everybody. Cheers, hockey fans. Wait a minute. This isn't hockey. It's not baseball either. It's soccer. We are hanging out on SOP Soccer Central for EAFC 26 action. SOP True live, taking on some of the best players in the world, including none other than NH, the professional player from Chelsea FC over in London. NH finished in the top 8 in the E-Prem this year, and True is taking it to him today. Make sure to stay tuned all the way to the end of the video for that one as True chases that 15-0 rank 1. Can he get it done? Make sure you're here the whole video. Thanks for being here. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. If you're new, subscribe. Turn on that bell. We go live. True goes live. I go live. We're hanging out, playing the AFC 26 all the time, getting ready for the World Cup. We appreciate you being here. Now let's get back to True's domination. See you in the chat. All right, there you go. We've got the, oh man, why did it do this? It just screwed up the chat on me. Alexander Skal in the house. Good afternoon, Alexander. Great to see you, my friend. Crowd booing the hydration break. That's surprising. It's a freaking hot day. It is. That is interesting that the crowd's booing that. But hey, you know what? There's all types. Everybody out there frustrated with something. More so because it's such a money grab by FIFA that it's not about the actual temperature. It's about selling advertising. And so here we are. Let's go Australia, says Alexander. All right, good luck to Australia. Good afternoon, FIFA World Cup soccer fans, and welcome. You know it. All right, I've got to pop this this chat back up here. There it is. Just got to refresh it, and now we're in business. All right, so they're showing a lady with sitting in the crowd with an umbrella to get out of the sun. Smart lady. 5 shots for the U.S., 3 for Australia, 1 on goal for Australia. And the United States has a 53-40 edge on possession with 7% in contest. Freeze has the ball ready to get us started again. And he puts it back into play all the way down into the Australian end. Australia plays it back up into the midfield where the United States takes over. U.S. has it. Here's Anthony Robinson. Plays it back to Tim Ream. Ream across to Richards. Now ahead for Tyler Adams. Adams finds Anthony Robinson, and he goes on a run down the left. Here's a cross to the back post, and it goes out of play. No, it's kept in by Australia and headed out for a USA throw. Man, that's crazy. Anthony Robinson with some crazy, crazy speed down the left. So they show the Australian coach. And being put back into play by Beach, the goalie for Australia. And here is Anthony Robinson, wins possession. You can do it better, Australia. Let's go, Australia, says Alexander. United States trying to get the victory this afternoon to win Group D. Would need a little bit of help in the next one, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Back down the left side, the United States has been creating down that left side all day. This time it's Weston McKennie. Now drops it back to Anthony Robinson. Robinson plays it now to Ream. Ream back to Chris Richards, and the defense sets up for Australia. Man, they are loading the box. That is a ton of yellow shirts in the box playing defense, trying to stop the United States from scoring again. Chris Richards takes his time. Kind of looks like the England game, where England was just holding the ball at the back, being slow and deliberate, making runs, and trying to set guys off. Here's a long ball up the middle, and it is dealt with by Australia and then cleared out. Circotti heads it over to his teammate Italiano, and he knocks it out of play for a corner kick for the United States in the 31st minute. There it is. Alexander's from Canada. He's just cheering for Australia. Connor? Makes sense, doesn't it? All right. Weston McKennie and Ricardo Pepi in the box awaiting the corner kick. Ball sent in, headed down by McKennie, but it just skips over his head. It'll be chased at by Freeman, and he wins a throw-in for the United States. Good hustle from Freeman there. Long throw coming here from the United States. All right, here comes the United States once again. Chris Richards back to Ream. Ream out wide. Now sent into Balogun, the 1-2. And there is a foul on Australia. Yellow card here to the Australian player, number 3, Circati. Alessandro Circati with the yellow card as he put some studs on the back of Tyler Adams' leg. Woo! Tired. All right, free kick comes in. Anthony Robinson sends it to the middle of the box, and we have a foul on the United States. The Australian player is down and now gets up and carries on about his business. Free kick coming up here for Australia. So later today, Scotland versus Morocco and Brazil versus Haiti. Should be a couple good games tonight in the World Cup. But over on Toronto Sports Insider, we will be live for Game 5 of the AHL Calder Cup Finals. Easton Cowan and the Toronto Marlies look to clinch the Calder Cup at home. Should they lose, we'll have to make it to another game in Chicago for Game 6 and or Game 7. But we're trying to go on vacation and head down to Princess Fairy Tale Land. We'll be live on TSI. Make sure you're hanging out with us tonight for that one. Australia with the ball. Played out to Boss, who has a yellow card. Boss now makes a move, spins, and loses it in the midfield. United States doing really well with the high press on Australia. And Serginho Dest wins the free kick for the USA. Quite the move from Serginho Dest there. Last meeting between these two teams was in October of 2025. The United States won 2-1. Haji Wright with both goals for the United States. Go Marlies, go, says Alexander. Can't wait for that one tonight. It's going to be fun. Hopefully we get it done, Alexander. Hopefully Toronto gets the victory. That would be nice. That would be very, very nice. Nice ball in there from Freeman. Sends it into the box, and Balogun tries to make a couple moves, gets fouled. No call. The ball goes out for a throw. It'll be a United States throw-in. All right, Chris Richards with possession. And there's the bots. That means we might get a little more of a push. See what happens? You get a little push, the bots show up, and boom, time to roll. Here is Tillman with the pressure, causing the ball to go out for another Australia throw. All right, here comes Serginho Dest, works down the right side, lifts across into the middle of the box, headed down by Australia, and they will just push it out for another United States throw. Australia is sitting back so much. It really is crazy to see how far back they're sitting in this one. So we have an illegal throw in here against Freeman. And Boss picks up the ball to take the throw for Australia. Australia sends the ball into the backfield, and it's cleared out into the midfield, sent back in by the United States, and there is a bad head collision as a U.S. player and Australian player went into the go for the ball and collided heads. They are both still down and not moving very much. Tim Ream heads over to the sideline to get some instruction. Of course, they're taking some time to get a drink. All right, so the stoppage in play brought to you by this injury. They show Balogun's cross, which was kicked into his own net by Burgess, the center back for Seattle. All right, so Freeman just getting up to his feet now. Patience, guys, says Terry. Patience. The halftime show coming up here on SOP. We will be running some soccer highlights from Tom's most recent games. And then we'll be back for that second half. But we've got probably a good amount of stoppage times. We've had a lot of injuries here in this one so far. Oh, man. Oh. Hope I'm not yawning like this during the Marlies game tonight. Man, oh, man. Here comes Freeman up the right side. Engstler with a tackle. Knocks the ball out of play. McKenny stands over the ball. Plays a little through ball in, but it's cleared by Australia, but only as far as Dest. Dest cuts back into the box, plays it back to Tyler Adams. Adams and the United States pushing, looking for a second. Here goes the pass out wide to Serginho Dest. He nutmegs one, plays it into the middle. Dest runs onto it, and Australia gets it down and will get it into the corner. Can they get it cleared? I don't know. You got Tillman and a couple Australian players just going after it, and a foul on Australia is called. Free kick for the United States, coming up from a very dangerous position right along the sideline, a short corner, so to say. Serginho Dest looking for a penalty, not going to get it there. It's barely any contact in the box. That'd be awful at Burgess, though, if he gave up a pen on top of the own goal. Here's Anthony Robinson, sends it to the top of the box. The shot is blocked and then headed down by the United States and into the goal. Freeman heads it down and in, but I believe it's offside. It is. The linesman holds his flag up, and the United States is very, very close to adding a second. They show the replay here. Left-footed ball from Anthony Robinson right out to the top. And yes, very clearly the Australian players were waiting for that offside trap, and they ran up ahead to get the United States players into an offside position, therefore disallowing that goal. They show the replay again. They're going over this offsides thing way too many times. Way too many times, ladies and gentlemen. Two offsides, sleeping. So they're checking it because it was a goal. I guess it was called a goal on the pitch. And they're still checking. I don't know why. It's pretty clear cut to me. This is an offside. Oh, wow. They just gave the United States a goal. So that is the second for the U.S. How that is a goal, I have no idea. But I need to turn it up. I don't know, Terry. It's crazy. Wow. All right, so they're saying that Balogun was the one that was offside. And Freeman was not offside. Therefore, the goal counts. I don't know. I mean, that is some fortuitous bounces there for the United States and some fortuitous calls as well, because that one to me was no doubt offside. You had three white shirts on the wrong side of the Australian player. There was one Australian player holding a couple of them on, apparently, on the far side. But man, oh man, 7 minutes of stoppage time coming up. The United States now with 2 goals, an own goal, and Freeman, the unlikely goal scorers for the United States. Dude, the fix is in. I don't care. Terry, yeah, I think you're on to something here, man. That was a really rough call there. Rough call. So Tillman runs down the pitch and wins a corner. The United States pressing more. We'll see how many goals the U.S. can score because, man, they've got the fix, as you say there, Terry. They've got the fix for this one, no doubt about that. All right, here's a ball in on the corner, and it is headed clear by Australia. That is wild. Showed the replay of the player that kept him onside, and wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, so here's the United States now looking to push for a third. Australia now on the break. Here's a chance. The Australian striker running forward, and there's a high boot from Tim Ream. The foul is called, giving Australia a free kick, but I don't believe a yellow was issued. All right, so live standings has the United States at a +5 goal differential now, at top at 6 points. And the winner advances to the knockout round, but they can win the group with a Turkey loss tonight, or not a Turkey loss, Paraguay winner draw versus Turkey. All right, so 5 minutes of the 7 stoppage time minutes have been played. So Boss goes down on the corner. But it's going to be a goal kick for the United States. All right, here's a long throw from Australia, headed back by Tim Ream. So Balogun is down. He took a shot to the back from the big center back, number 19, Sutar. Freeman making a run down the right side for the United States. Here's a shot by Serginho Dest. It's saved by Beach. Dest wants a goal here. He is pushing up the park, trying to get a goal. And this could be it for the half. Australia making a push. And it will be a corner kick for Australia. No, goal kick. Richards runs it out of play. And so it will be a goal kick, but it is halftime. We have halftime here, ladies and gentlemen. Time to go refill the drink. We'll see you guys in about 15 minutes after the half. Enjoy the highlights of the youth soccer. Nice save, Tom.
Let's go. Ok, damas y caballeros, continuamos adelante, seguimos adelante. El día de hoy, ya saben, sábado de fútbol, LPE Soccer League presenta los mejores partidos esta tarde. Bueno, mañana tarde. Felicidades también para el coach Alatín y sus asistentes también, claro que sí. Felicidades. Ok, damas y caballeros, a continuación los campeones en este momento. Felicidades, equipo Reyes, felicidades. Felicidades. A los campeones, un fuerte aplauso para los campeones, un fuerte aplauso. Eso. Felicidades, equipo de Ravens y al coach Alejandro, también un fuerte aplauso para el coach, fuerte aplauso para el coach Alejandro. Eso, felicidades. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, a continuación volvemos a la premiación. Eso.
Nothing final over there. 6-0 over here. And this Chicago Fire team has had one shot on Tom that I missed. One shot. Another one. Way to go, Evo!
Eso.
I can't hear you, brother. My kid's a champion. He's getting ready to go get his trophy. Let's go.
All right, where's the coach? Oh, here it is. Thank you, coach. Okay, so we're gonna wait for them to take a picture, and then you guys move on. Evolution boys, all right, come on. Congratulations, guys. Go ahead and send it over there, guys. Eso, felicidades. Felicidades. Evolution boys. All right, we're gonna wait for the coach. All right, coach. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Evolution Boys. Congratulations.
All right, Evo!
Hand it off, Tom. Give it up.
What do you say?
Is this like a sticker that they put on?
I don't know what it is, like a plaque. Yeah? I think
We're back for the second half against Australia. Iranakunda coming in to the game for Australia, the speedy right winger. A couple, actually 3 changes for the Australians. Gary Up, Metcalf, and Iranakunda are into the game for Australia, trying to make a difference in this one. United States up 2-0 already. And we're underway. The United States kicks off and blasts it down the pitch. It will be a... Oh, they're going to redo the kickoff. They didn't like it. All right, and there is the kickoff once again. Tillman just blasts it out of play. And the United States kicks it out of play. Australia get a throw all the way down in the corner. Okay, Terry saw the goal. Multiple angles. Good goal. My bad. 2-0. Love it there, Terry. Love it. I guess when I look at it, it looks offside in real time, but that one player was holding on, the goal scorer. So, yeah, good goal. All right. Anthony Robinson working defensively now. Makes a play as the Australians are making a run down the left side, and it goes out of play off of O'Neal. Good defense there from Anthony Robinson. Wow. All right. 100%, man. Got to be honest. Got to be. It's the best way to be. It's the U.S. in a 3-5-2 with Freeze in goal. Ream, Richards, and Freeman, the center backs. Robinson, Tillman, Adams, McKennie, and Dest, the midfielders, with Balogun and Pepe up top. All right. Ball back in play for the United States. A tie in this game would keep both teams alive, but I don't see a tie happening here. The United States is even coming out here on the front foot and looking good. All right, 3 minutes in, the U.S. just handling their business. At the back, passing it around. Here it is outside to Dest. Dest goes back to his center backs, and it'll be Chris Richards kicking the ball over to Ream. They're playing a little 1-2 back and forth. Now switched back out to McKennie. McKennie sends the ball over the top, headed back by Australia. Australia picks up possession and then loses it almost immediately. So, of course, Australia is still upset about the goal. All right, United States still in possession, just dominating the pitch. United States really slowing this down, waiting to pounce on the Australian mistakes, which they have done pretty well so far. Now they keep trying to do it again and get another goal. Here's Anthony Robinson. Robinson works it down the left, now lays it back. Here's Richards. Richards sends it forward, switches it over to the right. Dest cuts in from the right side, gets to the middle, sends it back, and it misses his target. Tillman has to go back and get it for the United States. Played back to Tim Ream, and we'll do it again. Australia making a move into the middle, but a strong defensive play by Tyler Adams, and he sets Florian Balogun off on a break. Balogun walks in. Good defense from the Australian defender, comes back from behind and makes the block. Great play to keep Australia, their slim hopes in this one, alive. Wow. Balogun looking for his third goal of the tournament. So Tillman heads over to the corner. This is the sixth corner of the game. 4 for the United States, 2 for Australia. And a ball in, knocked down and cleared by Irankunda. Knocked out to the free kick taker for the United States and then sent forward by Australia. Here's a long pass up, intercepted by Freeman, and he'll play it back to Tim Ream, and the United States will reset. Here is a good pass ahead to Balogun. He knocks it off Serkani and out for a corner kick. Tillman back over to the corner to do it again. Another corner kick coming in here for the USA. And it is headed down. And we have a foul, a collision of heads. Australia getting bopped, LOL. They're not even competing. Pattern up, guys. Yeah, they're not. They're not competing in this one. US is just doing whatever they want, taking their time. That is for sure. Lots of celebrities at the game today. There's Marshawn Lynch. Now Tim Ream with the ball. McKinney tries to play the ball into the middle, but it's blocked out and goes out for an Australian throw. Australia heading the ball around, trying to get it out of the zone. They cannot. United States picks it back up, sends it back to Chris Richards, who sends it along to Ream, and now returned back to Richards. Yellow card coming here to Australia, I believe. And no, it's actually on Ricardo Pepi for the foul on Australia. Australia throw coming up. Anthony Robinson setting up the defense. And here's Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams with the ball in the midfield for the United States, controlling the play. Drops it back to Tim Ream. Tim Ream will hold on to it for a second and wait for a yellow shirt to come pressure him. Nobody's coming, so he just stands there and holds on to it. Now plays it across to his center back partner, Chris Richards. Richards takes some time with the ball, sends it back, and now they'll go forward. Here's a long ball ahead, looking for Ricardo Pepi. He picks it up on the left side, plays it back to Anthony Robinson. Robinson walks down the sideline, cuts back, sends it back into the middle of the park. Now it's Chris Richards stepping up into his own half. Weston McKinney looking for the pass. And it goes out of play for a goal kick. All right, well, here comes Australia now. Facts on facts. Terry, this is quite the game. Not even really exciting. That's the crappy part. Even the U.S. goals weren't that pretty. All right, so apparently they're taking a look at something. Could possibly be a handball against Tim Ream as he headed the ball out. And VAR is going to take a look at this one. We might have an Australia penalty coming up. So Lecky is sitting down on the pitch, waiting for the goal check to complete. Or the goal check. The VAR check to complete. And no, he is actually injured. Blue Jays just getting crushed right now. All right, so we got the drink break here coming up. Probably in about 5 minutes. And that'll probably be the most action we've seen since the second USA goal, as this game is just crawling along. Man, far too one-sided. 100%, Terry. 100%. Just slow as all get out. We need some competition, eh? Well, I know there's a way that Canada and the U.S. could line up in the round of 32. I don't think it's going to happen, but it is a possibility. Substitute coming on for Australia. And the stretcher is walking out somewhere. Where's the stretcher going? Oh, so this guy just switched his allegiance 3 weeks ago to be able to play for Australia in this World Cup. That's interesting. Uh-oh, here's a chance for McKinney. Sends it to Balogun, and he misplays it. Can't get a hold of it, but now Irankunda on the counter. Here comes Australia. Sends it back. Here's the shot, and he skies it over the net. An easy goal, but Vocado misses the goal, and it stays 2-0 United States. Volpato kicking himself right now. What a chance he just had. No, that's not a penalty. Not a chance. Apparently, the Australians are looking for a penalty, but it's not even close. All right, so we're back underway now after the little bit of a break. And here comes the United States into the box. A chance here. Australia gets a clearance and will play it out of the back. United States getting closer to scoring a third. Australia on the run, working it on the left. Here's Leckie. Leckie now plays it back to his center mid and all the way back to the center back. And Australia will reset. Looks like the United States might be bringing on another midfielder to try and clog up the middle of the park as Australia is starting to push a little bit here in the second half with about 30 minutes left. There's a ball in from Australia. And a chance. Quick shot from Australia, saved by Freeze. Shot from the top of the box, held on to nicely by Matt Freeze, the goalie for the United States. Well, we might see a VAR check there, but probably not. Richards, possible penalty there. The slide tackle and knocking him, pushing him out of the way. Chris Richards with a strong play there. Aaron Kunda very frustrated. Wanted the pen, but not going to happen. Now, Australia back at it on offense. All right, Australia pushing. The hydration break coming up. Okay, here we go. Here's the U.S. playing it back to Freeze. Freeze boots it up the pitch. Freeman plays it over to Serginho Dest. Dest cycles it back to Chris Richards. And now Richards ahead to Tyler Adams. Adams plays the ball out wide to Dest. Dest sends it back to his back line, Tim Ream. Ream picks it up. And sends Anthony Robinson on a long run down the left. And that takes us to the hydration break. Time to breathe for a minute. We'll see you guys in just a second. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. If you're new here, let's see how many new subscribers do we have today here on Sons of a Pitch Soccer Central. Cheers, hockey fans. Wait a minute. This isn't hockey. It's not baseball either. It's soccer. We are hanging out on SOP Soccer Central for EAFC 26 action. SOP True live, taking on some of the best players in the world, including none other than NH, the professional player from Chelsea FC over in London. NH finished in the top 8 in the E-Prem this year, and True is taking it to him today. Make sure to stay tuned all the way to the end of the video for that one as True chases that 15-0 rank 1. Can he get it done? Make sure you're here the whole video. Thanks for being here. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. If you're new, subscribe. Turn on that bell. We go live. True goes live. I go live. We're hanging out, playing the AFC 26 all the time, getting ready for the World Cup. We appreciate you being here. Now let's get back to True's domination. See you in the chat. Hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Thanks for hanging out with us here on SOP Soccer Central while True plays EAFC 26. We appreciate you being here. And just so you know, if you want your Champs games played, if you need some Rivals games played, you want to get better Rivals rewards, you want to play some cups where you're picking up those special elusive cards that only the best players can get, like at Barbo and some of the other Gauntlet cards, link up with True. SOP True on TikTok or here on YouTube. We'll get you in touch through the Discord, whatever it takes. True will play your games for champs and bring you a rank 1, 2, 3, whatever you want. Hit that DM, let True know what you're looking for, and let's have some fun and turn your team into one of the best teams out there, just like the team that we have here in our RTG on Sons of a Pitch Soccer Central. Now let's get back to True kicking some butt, heading for that 15-0. Let's go, buddy, and we'll see you back in the chat. Hey, yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for messaging True and joining our awesome community. Let's go. All right, we are back. 2-0 USA, 71st minute. The hydration break is getting wrapped up. Australia getting ready to throw the ball back in. And here is Garia, sends it in, and it's headed right back by Anthony Robinson. 10 shots to 4 for the United States. 62-29 is the possession with 9% in contest. What a game the United States is putting together here against Australia, as they should. As they should, ladies and gentlemen. So Sebastian Berhalter will be coming into the game for the United States. There's Pepe. Plays it back to Freeman. Freeman launches a long ball over the top, and that's hit right back by Australia. Knocked out at the halfway line for a USA throw. So Sebastian Berhalter coming into the game for the United States and Mauricio Pochettino. If the result holds, the United States advances to the knockout round. And then if Turkey is held tonight, then we'll be right back at the right back as Group A, Group D winners, the United States. The United States playing some defense. Midfielders getting in the way. Big tackle from Serginho Dest. And now Anthony Robinson does the same thing, and that's a handball on Australia. What play by the United States. The Australians are diving after it. Iran Kunda just levels Tim Ream from behind after he gets rid of the ball. And let me tell you, this game's going to get out of hand if he doesn't hand out some yellow cards real quick. All right, here comes Sebastian Berhalter. Pepe out, Berhalter in. Everything but raccoon, man. All right, Anthony Robinson looking like a raccoon with that blonde hair. Passes it up. Strong play from Balogun. And Australia is called for the foul. The referee says, come on over here. We've got to talk about this a little bit more. You are not going to keep doing this. It's going to get out of hand, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to get out of hand. All right, here's Metcalf for Australia. And a cross in, the U.S. player's knocked down, but they will clear. Here's Balogun. He loses it. Ball into the box. Chris Richards is there to head it away for the United States. Depending on what happens later tonight, the U.S. could clinch the group with this result. Egyptian. So Aaron Kunda jumping up, trying to get the ball, and it hits the defenders and then cleared by Weston McKennie. Contact off the ball between Robinson and an Australian player. The Australian player is rolling around on the ground like he's dying. That Australian player is number 20, Connor Metcalf. Robinson on a yellow, I would probably get him out of the game. That would be my my take. Nurkati over to take the throw. Here comes the corner to the back post and knocked down by the U.S. And then a long shot is out of play. Freeman still down on the ground. So Dest coming off. He'll be subbed out in the 80th minute. So the new rules coming into play here. Okay, so there will not be a delay for the U.S. players coming into the game. United States in position. Here comes Australia. '82nd minute. Finally, Australia with a little bit of sustained pressure. Cross in from Australia, goes to the back post and out of play for a goal kick. As they show the Australian fans still in full voice, just excited to be at the World Cup. Yeah, I didn't think Australia was going to be this easy of a game for the United States. But again, not a ton of good scoring opportunities for the United States in this one. Here's a ball in from Italiano. It's cleared to the top of the box. United States trying to get it out. They will just get it to the top of the box now, and Australia picks back up with possession. Nice little move there. Now ball sent back into the middle, cleared out by the U.S., and Balogun will take his time to try and slow this down. But Australia gets it back. Here come Australia again. The Aussies trying to get something to happen. Corner kick coming up here for Australia. Outswinger from Australia lands in the grass. Nobody home to pick it up. Left side sent back into the middle. The ball just scoots through the box. And then the shot is blocked. How did Australia not get on the board there? Wow. Unreal. Misjudging the cross was Anthony Robinson. And then a great block by Tyler Adams, laying down in the box. Pochettino can't be happy here. He wants to see the United States just crush this thing. But Australia is coming back, making a push here in the 86th minute. McKennie with a big header in the midfield, getting control of the ball for the United States. 10 shots to 4, 2 shots each on goal. Australia starting to close the gap with possession here. And here's Irvine for Australia, playing it down the right side. Cross into the box, headed clear by Chris Richards. Strong play there by the U.S. center back. The United States just trying to see this game out. All right, couple minutes left in this one. Australia and the U.S. getting into it now a little bit. Things are getting a little testy. Trusty into the game for the U.S. Picks up the ball. Says, get this out of my house. Couple yellow cards, 1 to Australia and 1 to the U.S. for the little dust up there. And it's getting nasty. They just restarted play, and Australia just kicks the legs out from under the U.S. player, Joe Scally. So Scally down hurt. And the United States pushes down the pitch to get another corner. As the ball goes off of Garia. Wonder how much time we'll get stoppage wise. I'm thinking not much. Maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Probably 5 because of the hydration breaks. You have to, but 6 minutes it is. All right. Long throw for the United States. Knocked down by Australia. And they'll start to break. Trusty from behind for the U.S. Might be a foul. No, it will not be. And the ball is sent over to the left side and out of play for a goal kick. So the U.S. will be the top of the group with 6 points. Australia will be in second with 3 and the goal differential of +5. United States in a good position to win Group D, and it might happen tonight during the Turkey against Paraguay game. Oh, there's a nice ball. Good chance here for the U.S. Cross back into the middle and just too far out of the reach to Balogun, trying to put the cap on this one. Aaron Kundo with mad speed down the left. Chris Richards just cuts him off. Rolls him right over. Now the ref is down with cramps. That's funny. All right. Well, we're still working on the ref there. And while that's happening, and this one is almost over, just going to take a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hang out with us tonight over on our sister channel, Toronto Sports Insider, live for the Calder Cup Finals, game number 5. The Chicago Wolves against the Toronto Marlies. Should be a great game. We'll be live on TSI at 6 Central, 7 Eastern. And we'll be sending everybody directly over there as soon as this game is done. So make sure you hit the like button. Over there. Woo, I'm tired. All right. And then I got a list from TSI Allison on what to do once this live's over. Looks like we've got Haji Wright coming into the game for the U.S. Long free kick from Australia. Knocked down by Australia and then cleared by the U.S. Long ball up the right side looking for Metcalf. No dice on that one. Yes, it is, Connor. Yes, it is. All right, so it looks like Gio Reyna coming on for the U.S. to finish this one out, just to get an appearance in the books. And Florian Balogun is being replaced by Haji Wright. McKennie out of the game as well, and this should be the last kick of the game. Gio Reyna in, McKennie out. And here is the U.S. with the ball. Australia trying to break it up. The long ball goes for offside on USA. That should take us to the final whistle. And looks like we're still going here. 98th minute. Now, here is another long pass by Australia. Headed down by the United States. Played back into the middle. United States just holding on to the ball. They're given a couple extra minutes because that referee went down with the cramp. Totally agree, Connor. Totally agree taking Balogun off on the yellow. And that'll do it. That is the end of the match. The United States with a 2-0 win. It should have been 4. But the 2-0 win will work. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you over on Toronto Sports Insider. Have a great rest of your day. Go USA, and we'll see you really soon.
Yeah. I got off work, grab the bus. Where the bus? Got 45 minutes till they drop the puck. I make it home, log on my PC, open YouTube, TSI for me. Toronto Sports Insider got me cheering for the Leafs. When my lady wants attention, she doesn't give me grief. She gets a little wilder. With Toronto Sports, she gets a little wilder. With Toronto Sports. The game is on. Our team is up 1. Chat is going strong. The party's begun. Beers going round. Fans singing songs. Quietly waiting for something to go wrong. Toronto Sports Insider got me cheering for the Leafs. When my lady wants attention, she doesn't give